Good morning. This is Pastor Zach Anderson with Goodland United Methodist Church, here with your morning devotion for Tuesday, July 11th. Today we're going to begin a longer study looking at the different I am sayings of Jesus that are found in the Gospel of John. The first we're going to look at is found in John 6, verses 28 through 35. When they found him on the other side of the sea, they said to him, "Rabbi, when did you come here?" And Jesus answered them, "Very truly I tell you, you are looking for me not because you saw signs, because you ate your fill of the loaves. Do not work for the food that perishes, but for the food that endures for eternal life, which the Son of Man will give for you. For it is on him that God the Father has set his seal." Then they said to him, "What must we do to perform the works of God?" Jesus answered to them, "This is the work of God, that you believe in him who he has sent." So they said to him, What sign are you going to give us then, so that we may see it and believe you? What work are you performing? Our ancestors ate the manna in the wilderness. As it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. Then Jesus said to them, "Very truly I tell you, it was not Moses who gave you the bread from heaven, but it is my Father who gives you the true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is what comes down from heaven and gives life to the world." They said to him, "Sir, give us this bread always." And Jesus said to them, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry, and whomever believes in me will never be thirsty." Jesus said, "I am the bread of life." Jesus taught us to pray, "Give us this day our daily bread." Bread is a common staple that is part of every home in every part of the world. We all love bread, especially homemade bread right out of the oven. Warm and soft. It's just so good. And so it is with Jesus and his love. His love and way of life is so good, so tasty, so full of flavor. It's a way to live and love. When we eat this bread that is fresh and good, it is so invigorating. And so it is when we consume the bread of life in Jesus. The word give reminds us that all bread comes from God, and that bread is the gift of sunshine and rain, good soil, weather, and the atmosphere above the earth, which allows the miracle of bread to happen. No person could ever make a loaf of bread if God had not been generous with these gifts. Jesus Christ is the bread of life. Jesus, the source of infinite and compassionate love, is so good, just as that homemade bread fresh out of the oven is so good. Do not work for the food that perishes, but for the food that endures for eternal life. Human nature is to work very hard to put food on the table. We all know about the symbolic statement of "gotta put food on the table." People work so hard to get ahead financially and materially that we often slip into thinking that food and prosperity are the primary sources of our happiness. We humans begin slowly to discover that the truth, that genuine happiness, is not found in money and material goods. Jesus is never just bread. Jesus is always the bread of life. As we consume physical bread, it gives us nourishment, energy for our physical lives. As we consume Jesus into our lives, let us strive to take in this daily bread of life, the bread of love, the bread of Jesus. Have a blessed day.